Okay, y'all. Let's get into this. Okay, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta just went out. Okay, it is approximately 8:01 p.m. It just went off. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, so I didn't do a video last week because didn't really nothing happen. There was, I don't think it was worth really me speaking on, especially when I knew this week was pretty much gonna bring all of that full circle and add on to the shit that happened last week. Okay, so finally we see Tracy interacting with the other cast members. She Shay, I guess, if you want to call her cast member, but really she's just like a sideline cast member, I suppose. But anyway, okay, she's interacting with other people in the class, and she is finally doing something besides fighting with DJ Dude, whatever his name is, because I don't even know. And so she was hosting a fashion show, and she invited Shay, because her and Shay are apparently good friends. We saw them hook up for lunch or breakfast or whatever the fuck last episode. And Eric was at the show. She was actually one of the models in the show. And, Shay was like, why you didn't tell me Eric was going to be here? Eric was like, baby, I ain't thinking about Shay. Clearly, she's uncomfortable with my presence. So, whatever. But didn't no shit pop off. I am very happy, very, very glad that Shay and Erica did not pop no shit off at somebody else's function at a public event, because so many of the rest of the real reality stars love to do that shit. I'm proud of y'all. Go girls. So anyway, Tracy, last week we saw her trying to have this interviewing process with DJ Dude. He brought a whole lot of video hoes to the interview, supposedly, according to Tracy. She gets into it. She is on borderline brawling with these broads. And her whole attempt at being professional with this DJ sneaker store situation, honey, it was complete fail, because she almost fought with the bitches, and it was just a big old mess. And so she went out and had her own interview process. So she hired this young gentleman, and she introduced him to DJ Dude. She says he is going to be the one helping you. He's going to run the store, and apparently he has credentials and is qualified to have the position, so that's good. So she goes ahead and give DJ Dude her portion of the money, $25,000. And later on in the show, we find out that the partner, DJ Dude's partner in this whole endeavor, they ran off with their $50,000. And this fool talking about they don't have a signed contract, they have a verbal contract and a fucking piece of paper. I mean, what kind of damn businessman does that? Clearly, he have no idea what he is doing. And unbeknownst to Tracy, that this shit, that this shit went on, and this is supposed to be a foundation for their business. She was like, how stupid can you be? And she said she just wanted to cry. You know what, bitch? I would have cried. I would have been a boo-horn asshole, because guess what? That's $25,000. Now, I don't know how her paychecks come. Maybe that ain't nothing but a nick in the cement to her. But guess what? Hell no. I ain't got coins like that. I would have been crying several times. Oh my God, I would have went into a cardiac arrest. You would have to pick me up off the floor right there at that whole little place. But child, I feel sorry for them. I feel bad for them. But you know what? It is a lesson learned, and that's what happens when you do bad business. You got to do better. I mean, child, I don't even know. Scrappy button heads with Mama D. Last episode, she gets him this cake that has end of engagement on there, and Shay is at her house for whatever reason. I guess she supposed to pick up the slack and make Scrappy happy and be his rebound bitch whenever, because he ain't with Erica no more. And Scrappy really sees the shit that his mama do, and not to mention he goes and talks with his daddy, and his dad's basically let him know, look, if you find that with all the relationships that you had, your mama is the common thread or the common culprit in the fights and arguments that you were having with that other person that you were in a relationship with, then your mama is the problem. So I think Scrappy eyes were opened by his dad, and he saw, okay, yeah, my mama is on some bullshit. So, you know, he basically told her to stay out of his business, you know, leave his personal life alone. But, you know, I'm sure they went in one ear and out the other, because she still thinks she living in this whole castle and, you know, the chambermaids. And then she done hired this guy that's supposed to be the dog whisperer, and he's supposed to be training Merlot, which is Scrappy's dog, because Merlot keep pissing and shitting in the house. But she over there throwing ass at the dog trainer. And child, I don't know, talking about, can she get a second appointment? He talking about, yes, you get a follow-up visit, and child, all this, that, and the third. Okay, so also we see Stevie J and Shay Mack. She is still wanting to work with Stevie J as far as making music is concerned. And Stevie J supposedly is taking a different approach to things. Instead of just doing whatever the fuck he want to do, he is trying to sit down with both Jocelyn and Shay Mack and explain to Jocelyn what's going to be going on, and so she can know he's working with Shay Mack. You know, I'm going to have to give Stevie kudos, because from the looks of it, this was a grown man approach to things that he does. You know, I'm really surprised, because, you know, Stevie J could just go and throw Shay Mack at the back of the bus and just keep on rolling. But, you know, he trying to be considerate of Jocelyn's feelings or whatever. So he tries to let her know what's going on. But, of course, as you know, that was to no avail, because they started a damn brawl up in Magic City Strip Club. And you know what? When people's up in the strip club fight, what do the strippers do? Do they run backstage, or they stand there and watch, or they keep checking that thing? What y'all think go on? I'd like to know. And Stevie J like, okay, this some bullshit. This did not go well. Jocelyn is not trying to hear nothing about Stevie J working with Shay Mack, period. She like, why aren't you working with this lady? And my motherfucking album ain't even finished, which is a good damn question, because like, what did you finna do for Shay Mack and you ain't even done shit for me? Now true, I done finally became known, you know, I'm booking shows, I'm doing this, that, and the other, but the whole premise behind all of this promotion I'm doing is an album which has yet to be, oh, excuse me, is an album which has yet to be released. So what is exactly he gonna be doing for Shay Mack, because he ain't completed what he's supposed to be doing with Jocelyn. I'm finna go ahead and talk about this Kirk and Rashida shit. Okay, so last episode we saw Kirk is not wanting to have this baby. He tells Rashida she should have kept taking her pills. He claiming because he is pulling out that that's supposed to mean something, which he should know better. And Benzino reiterated to him that pulling out, baby, what the fuck you think that's gonna do? You grown, you should know better. I believe Benzino was trying to give Kirk some good advice about the whole, you know, put yourself in Rashida's shoes, think of it and what she might feel about it, you know, so on and so forth. You know, I'm really liking Benzino no neck having ass this season. You know, he have a mature attitude towards life. And so, basically, Kurt is telling Rashida she needs to get an abortion. She ain't with that bullshit. She like, hell the fuck no. She is finna keep this baby. So, you know, they steady at odds right now, because she want to have a baby. He don't want her to have a baby. But, I mean, now, truth to be told, Rashida pointed out last week that just a year before, which was last season, we saw last season when they was renewing their vows and this, that, and the other, Kirk wanted to have a baby. Now, I do understand. Okay, that was last year and this is this year. This year, the money tight, things ain't going right, you know, a career taking a slip side. He done have to spend money on his brother operations or whatever the situation is. Of course, yeah, things can change, especially within a year. A whole lot can change within a year. But, you know, if Kirk wanted the baby as much as it looked like he wanted the baby, and he really want her to put her career on hold, so they can expand their family, then, you know, children are a blessing. You know, I mean, may not always come when you want them. Just like the Lord, because they are a gift from God. So, you know, clearly she keeps the baby, and I hope we see towards the end of the season maybe that they do come together and they are no longer at odds, because just because she decided to keep the baby, that don't mean that the relationship has improved, because the baby could be coming into a hellhole, you know. So I hope that relationship improves, and since she decided to go ahead and keep the baby before the baby's born or whatever, so on and so forth. Okay, so in my last video, my last Love and Hip Hop video, I went ahead and touched on that whole K.Michelle and Johnny and Nico situation, blah blah. Okay, but I'm just gonna add a bit to that. Okay, I feel like when K.Michelle, the whole shit from last episode, she should have just left. Cause I mean, all this, I'm finna steady keep talking and acting a fool and screaming. I mean, that just already adds to the stigma that's surrounding her. She is known as a crazy ass broad. So I mean, I don't think that makes it, just adds to it. And it just makes her look even more fucking crazy than she already is. Now, secondly, I do believe K.Michelle was completely out of line for going to the radio and discussing Mimi's boyfriend's sexual preference, okay? Now, that might be fine that that's what you think, but like I said in my last video, everything that you think is not made to be said, okay? You need to use some decorum and learn when to shut the fuck up. If you're on a radio, I would assume that it is because you're trying to promote yourself or your music. So why are you even talking about Mimi and her damn man anyway, if he is fucking gay? Him and Johnny roommates, they sleeping with each other, they on the down low. Whatever the fuck that she thinks about it, it's not for her to say. It's not her business to talk about. And I feel like K.Michelle was completely out of line for going on the radio and saying these things about Mimi and Mimi's relationship. That's not her place. That's not for her to talk about. Let's talk about your music. I mean, her horrible attitude is more known than her music is. Because, I mean, that's all you hear about, the stuff that she says, how she goes off. She just goes ballistic. I mean, it's just a big old mess. Like I said, K.Michelle needs some a budget in her current record deal for some media training classes or some etiquette classes or something, because she just needs to chill out some. Okay, and so, side notes. Well, I got two things I need to discuss. First of all, I need to discuss K.Michelle ass. Okay, it's time for you to go tell Dr. whoever the fuck to take some of that shit out your ass. Because her ass looks horrible. It is completely out of proportion from her body. It just looks big and wobbly. I mean, if you got a natural fat ass, fine, good for you, kudos, great. But hers is just too much. That's too much. My personal opinion is I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I believe it could look a little bit more natural. It just looks, it don't look good to me. It looks stank to me. Okay, it looks stank. Okay. So anyway, and secondly, let's discuss this look that she had going on for her show. Okay, K.Michelle, no. Let's not put on any more Mufasa Mane wigs, okay? Let's stick to, you know, your bobs, your China bobs. Let's stick to those looks. Those looks look good on you. This wig you had on for this show was not at all in the least bit appealing, because from the looks of it, K.Michelle's kind of, you know, she's kind of short. So, I mean, it just too much for her. It don't look good. And then with that wobbly ass, it's just even worse. I don't like that look for her. It's not cute to me. I don't like it. But we also see Carly in this episode. She is meeting up with Rashida to try to see if Rashida's gonna jump on this K.Michelle diss record. And Rashida is basically like, no, that's okay. That's alright. I don't want to get on there. So, you know, Carly is trying to sell the idea to Rashida. She really ain't trying to hear the shit. And, you know, I'm going to have to agree with Rashida on the fact that Carly do act like she is this motherfucking international ass superstar, talking about they want her up in Utah to do this and what the fuck? Huh? Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we saw her. You know, I don't really even know what purpose she's serving in this season, because they could have did the whole show without her, because she ain't done shit all season and ain't been doing shit. She just there for bits and pieces, I guess, to fill some airtime. Okay, so anyway, let's see, anything else happen? No, I think that's all. Oh, at the end of the show, Mimi gets into it, is arguing with Ariane. Ariane feel like Mimi should have handled the K.Michelle situation better. You know, it's just a big old mess. I feel like k.michelle was out of line, like I said. I don't know, you know, I don't know if there's any reasoning with k.michelle. I mean, k.michelle is k.michelle. If k.michelle wants to be a better her, then she should put forth the effort. I mean, I don't even know what else can be said. Okay, y'all, we do see on the next episode is when Kirk is finna bust out and tell Rashida that she fucking around and this, that, and the other. So I can't wait to see that, because like I said, I need to know what was the premise behind that. Like, how did he just all of a sudden come to that conclusion? Was a bug put in his ear? You know, we gotta see what happened. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram, my Tyrane TV. I know those of you all who follow me, I know I don't be posting. I gotta do better, y'all. I gotta do better. Yeah. And check out my other videos, check out my previous videos, check out my vlog videos. Guess that's all I gotta say. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.